Hello, fellow beings of love and light. This is Kaia Moon with a video on why we should love our demons. Hopefully this is not too much of a controversial subject. It's just that it's a new discovery for me and I wanted to share it with you all. And if it doesn't feel true to you, that's fine. This is just a video again to share what I have come to realize, and hopefully it's helpful to some of you. So basically, there are two concepts that I sort of tie into this subject, and that is the concept of self-love and the concept of know thyself. And we know that love is all that there is, and that until we learn to truly love ourselves, we cannot love another, and or truly love another, genuinely so. And the other concept that I think is applicable here is the concept of knowing thyself, which has always been a bit of an enigma to me. But slowly I'm coming to attach a meaning to it, and for me, it's come to mean that I'm a multi-dimensional being having a human experience. And so, I don't know, you might be asking, oh, what do these two concepts have to do with loving demons? Well, the way that I see it is that as multi-dimensional beings, we exist on many different planes, in many different universes, in all sorts of forms, and that it's more than likely that we've been evil demons, part of the dark side. For me, I would even think that, before coming to light, I had dark thoughts. I mean, I wasn't always the nicest person. Sometimes we're not even now always the nicest person. So we incorporate within ourselves the light and the dark, and we personify that to varying degrees in our varying incarnations. And again, that's basically how I see it. Where self-love applies is that knowing this, I feel like it's important to love ourselves in all of these dimensions. So I kind of touched upon this when I was doing the video. I did a video on demons and disappointments, and basically when I was younger and living at my parents' house and studying at school, and I'd stay up late at night to study in my parents' kitchen. Every once in a while, and this wasn't very often, but I would look up at, I would look up towards the door and see this really tall, like 8 foot tall being cloaked in a black hooded, sort of costume or whatever you want to call it. Couldn't see its face, but it was really scary and really daunting. And I saw that 2 or 3 times over the course of the time that I lived with my parents, and once when I was really young, and then a couple of times when I was older. And just recently I've come to think and believe, and it's kind of interesting and even endearing, if I can use that word, that was just another version of me looking in on me. And because like the minute I look at it, it completely disappears. So maybe it's just afraid of me as I am afraid of it. I don't know. But I'm just giving that example to show that we're all one, and we're one is all. So like I am that, and that applies to everything. So if we're all one and one all, then we've got the dark and the light fighting each other, but it's all us. There's no us against them. It's all us. So basically, Barbara Marciniak is the author of many books, and one of them that I found really very helpful to me, Bringers of the Dawn, touched on this. And it's so funny because I was just looking through my bookcase the other day, and I came across this passage where she talks about how Have you ever thought that there are portions of yourself or the dark that don't know how to find the light except through you, and that they want light as well? And the way that she explains it is that we define the light as promoting and dispensing and sharing of information, and the dark as controlling, withholding information. And basically, these beings that exist in the dark have no access to information because they live in the dark, and dark is the withholding and controlling of information. So basically, they may be coming to us for information and wanting us to show them the light by loving them. So there's an affirmation that Barbara Marciniak uses in this book that I find very helpful and very, it rings really true for me, so I will share it with you, and I quote, "I intend for all of my other selves to come along on this journey and for them to get light as well." And another expression that comes to mind is, well, it's not an expression, but something that I've heard a YouTuber say, and I really think it's super important, and I'm sorry I can't remember her name. She's a tarot reader. But she basically says that you don't, I think her name is I Am Shy, yeah, SHIII. And she basically said that you don't, and I've heard this other places too, but it really rang through to me when she said this. She said that you don't fight your dragons. You become friends with them and you ride them into the light. So I think that's super beautiful, and it's really helped me to conquer a lot of fears in my life. And I'm sharing that with you and hoping that it will do the same. So thank you so much for listening, and I wish you all much love and many blessings. Bye.